What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys had a good new year. Things are rolling here into January already. It's pretty crazy how fast the time goes. It's absolutely incredible. But anyway, today I wanted to talk to you real quick about the hover rig. I believe that's what it's called. You know, Core Tackle came out with these, I would say sometime last year, middle of the year maybe. My buddy Matt Steffen and Johnny Schultz own this company, and they came out with these, and it's kind of been a game changer as far as creating a new market. Now you're seeing everybody trying to make one similar or, you know, do something like it. And I've got my hands on them last year and got to spend some time playing with them, and I really like to use it and kind of figure out and tweak a few things and kind of make it my own before I like to talk to you guys about it. So we're going to jump in and talk all about the hover rig. All right, so the one from Core Tackle comes with a weight already on it. So basically the hover rig is essentially, I don't even know how to describe it. Let me just show you here how we do this. So I'm going to take this is a minnow style bait. This is a 5-inch shad-shaped worm. And this is the hover rig jig head. So basically you start in the middle of the bait, or towards the middle of the bait, not like you would a standard, I don't know, Texas rig or drop shot. And you sort of rig it up just like this, and then you're going to slide that weight into the bait and then push it forward, so it just kind of sits in there like that, and it puts that weight more in the middle of the bait there. And when you pull this, you know that bait has a totally different movement than any other way of rigging right there. And it is a very unique way, and it gives it a very different fall, different retrieve. Some really cool things happen with this. But as always, you guys know I love to tweak things, and you know, once I see things and use it, I always try and find some way better to do it. And you know, this is nothing new. That, you know, I've seen some other guys doing this, but here's kind of what I come up with. And this allows me to do a couple things. One, I get to choose the hook I want. So of course, I love trocar hooks, so I can use a trocar hook on this technique. So this is the Pro V jig hook. So basically what this is just a 90-degree hook that you would basically put in a mold and pour a jig head on. And you know, of course, it's got that Pro V bend that I love and super sharp trocar point on there. So it's a great hook, and a hook that I really like using. So to kind of use this hook for the hover rig takes a little bit of tweaking. So what I do here is put it into a vise and tie a little piece of wire weed guard on there. So this is a wire weed guard. You see it's pretty strong. So that is what's holding it in the bait. You know, once that hook is rigged in that bait, that's how that wire weed guard is what's holding it in there. So, you know, you just take a little piece of wire weed guard, tie it in there, and like I said, that's what allows it from just pulling out of the bait right there. Then for the weight, this is the cool part, is you can adjust the size of the weight you want without changing your hook or changing your whole jig head. You know, you just take a little nail weight and you can adjust the size from, you know, 3/32 all the way down to 1/64, depending on what fall rate you want. You know, there's so many different options for nail weights. And you can really mix it up and change it, and really just change it on the fly without having to change your hook. So this right here, this is a cool little bait on the hover rig. I'm not sure if you've ever tried it, but I know there'll be a few guys mad at me talking about this, but this is the little Yamamoto Tanuki. This is the 2.5-inch version. But I got a smaller hook. So that's the other cool thing about this, is you can use or have multiple size hooks. So like I got a 3/0, I got a 1/0, and I got a number 1. So those are about the 3 sizes I use the most for this, just because they cover a wide variety of baits. You know, I really don't get into too small of baits that the number 1 would be too big for. So these 3 sizes really cover all that. But like I said, this Yamamoto Tanuki is a cool little deal. So I got the 1/0 size for the 2.5-inch Yamamoto Tanuki, and you can see it fits in there perfectly. Now getting the Yamamoto Tanuki rigged up is a little tricky just because of how dense it is, and you know, it's basically a very solid bait, so it's a little difficult to get it rigged perfectly straight. But if you take your time and use the slots that are on the bait, you can get it rigged up perfectly straight. And then with that wire keeper, you basically just slide it further down, tuck that wire keeper in there, and then push it forward. Not like that, more like that. So it bites in there just like that, and now that is not going to pull off there whenever you're working this bait. Now, like I said, you take your nail weight and slide it right in the head, whatever size nail weight you would like. Push him right in there. And there you go. That right there is a deadly little bait. So the cool thing about this is, one, it doesn't have a whole lot of movement. You got that little bit of tail, and that's about it. But when this bait falls, it likes to glide or spiral, circle all the way down. And it gives a very unique action profile of just a dying minnow right there. And whenever you pull this bait or shake it, it gives it almost a darting action. And it almost vibrates like side to side, just like a dying minnow would. And this right here that's something special. It catches a lot of big fish. So, you know, there's plenty of other baits you can use, like the scope shad. I've been using this more of on a ball head, but it can definitely be used for this technique as well. Let's see, we got the 3/0 hook size here. It's a little big for that bait, as you can see, but we should be able to rig it up there. And like I said, the options are endless with this. So it is, it's really cool, and it's just something that you have to go tweak with, figure out what you like to use it for, what baits you like, and exactly how this technique will work for you. There, we got it on the little scope shad. But that right there, man, that is deadly. You could even throw this weightless if you wanted, and it would just flutter along the top and just have a very unique action. So this style, like I said, it's been around for a little while now. This technique, I guess you would. But this little hack, like I said, using the trocar hooks helps me have confidence in knowing what hook I'm using. I really like using those trocar hooks. Like I said, I want the best hook possible so that whenever you get that bite, you're gonna land those fish. So the Pro V Bend jig hook is money on all your hover rigging or hover shotting, whatever you wanna call it. There's so many different names for it right now. But this is a cool technique, and you guys definitely gotta try it out this spring. So appreciate you guys watching. Leave me those likes and comments down below. Check out some of these baits. You know, you guys always ask how to support the channel. Well, you can help support the channel by supporting the people that support me. So Yamamoto Baits is a great partner of mine, and all these baits are available at fishusa.com. They're in the description down below, direct links to all these baits. Pick up some trocar hooks, some wire weed guards, tie them up yourself if you got a little time, and get out and try this technique. So appreciate you guys again. Leave me those likes and comments down below, and we'll see you guys next time.